years. I just never. I mean, it's not wrong. It's
Right.
just
Not wrong.
It's just an anniversary. Just an anniversary logo.
It's just the wrong anniversary, but it's not wrong in that it once was exactly
Minute
that.
45 before we go live. What's going on there, YouTube Freak Nation?
Oh, we're live. on
Facebook
there.
Live.
Sorry, don't make
Richie,
me
did you already hit the Instagram Live there, bro?
go.
No, I can't log in, dude.
Instagram's being weird.
Thank you.
There we go. Who cries first tonight?
Oh,
Crap.
shut up. I don't even want to begin thinking about that.
Who cries first?
And it won't be Richie.
Who's to say?
No, if I punched him in the midsection, he wouldn't cry. His freaking Sun Devils are in the playoffs.
Actually, what a way to go out. All 4 of our teams are in the playoffs.
Oh, that's right.
That is really strange.
First time in 25 years.
First time ever.
Man.
Texas, Indiana, Ohio State, Arizona State. Whoa.
Is there
Whoever
a champion in there?
Oh, yeah, there better be.
Listen, if one of our 4 teams don't at least make it to the championship game,
So
then we all might retire like you, Stat. 20 seconds.
33% chance.
20 seconds till we go 18, till we go live. Yep. All right.
That would be embarrassing if one of our teams didn't go. Just saying.
What are the odds, Richie? Any idea?
I have to look them up. I have no idea.
And Ohio
Never
State.
tell me the odds.
All right. Richie's got $5 on something.
Please hang up and try again.
Live on the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios. Driven by General Tire. It's Speed Freaks. Motorsports Radio redefined with Kenny Sargent.
We love to party.
Crash Gladys.
What are we doing for the bachelorette party?
And Statman.
I am serious.
Here's the Freaks.
Freak Nation is going to be the last live show of the year for Speed Freaks on the Freak Radio Network, YouTube, MAV TV, Facebook Live, and every other digital entity out there that you can imagine. And what if I told you within this show, going to be Gary Scelzi, Ron Capps, a Rickshaw, maybe Tony Stewart, maybe John Force, maybe Austin Prock, maybe Alex Pillow, maybe Justin Allgaier. That's what we're about to do for our last show of the year. And the eagerly anticipated, highly sought after Freaky Awards will be awarded tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And our crack staff is at it once again with our graphics. It is probably one of the premier graphics departments here in this side of Phoenix. It's the annual Freaky Awards, ladies and gentlemen.
Has it really been 24th annual? Wow. The Freaky Awards have declared war on the freaks. We're all locked up. This is the Stat Man. Speed Freaks. Sunday night. We're going to look at the Freaky Awards. We've done this every year. I think this year we're going to have Driver of the Year, Freak of the Year, and Race of the Year. We've got a lot of, I've seen some of the graphics earlier, and those graphics have been pretty incredible. Some of the ideas that we have from all of us, from Kenny, from Crass, from Richie, and from yours truly, the Stat Man. How we think of all this stuff is up in the air. And what are we going to do? How we look back on the season, the year, and decide who was the Driver of the Year, the Freak of the Year. It may not be a driver or a rider. And the Race of the Year doesn't have to be, it could be Formula One, it could be NASCAR, it could be Trans Am, it could be IMSA, it could be anything, NHRA drag racing. If you have, in fact, if you have any ideas that you think ought to be part of the Freakies, your Race of the Year, your Driver of the Year, Rider of the Year, why don't you send those in to our comments here on the stream, and let's see what you think should be. We've had a lot of people. We've got a couple of comments here already. We've had people the last couple of months. We had some regulars that have come in, like Warphammer. Wow. That's he's been there every time we open up the gates. He comes in, and normally with something pretty intelligent. That's not guaranteed with everybody in the motorsports world and in social media, but Warphammer comes in with some good stuff. So we're looking forward to what he might think is the Race of the Year, the Driver of the Year, the Freak of the Year. And that had some crazy, crazy stuff in the past. The Freak of the Year could be anybody from Travis Pastrana to Tanner Faust to Roger Penske. Who the heck knows? So whoever you think the Freak of the Year should be, so we invite you to send those in. Check it with our social media at Speed Freaks, official Speed Freaks. Let us know what you think about what's going on. And let me know what's going on. I haven't heard anything from anybody else. You would think Phoenix has dropped off the map, which means you got to listen to me for 2 hours. And that's not a good thing. I hope they can get back out here. Everything froze for a second. And now we have to sit here and talk to me. What do you think? Let us know what you think about your events. This is our last show of the year. We're going to have some best ofs and some exclusive content for the next couple of weeks. But yeah, this week came back for the Freakies that we've done. I think this is the graphics show, the 24th annual Speed Freaks. We're in our 25th year. June 25, 2000, when we were born. One station in Los Angeles, one mic in Los Angeles. A couple of times we had to pass that around to different people. So, yeah, we've grown a little bit. I see they're back on there. Come on, guys. Why don't you come back on and save the Stat Man from having to blather and talk, and let the rest of the Freak Nation know what's going on.
There we go.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, now, way to go. Just left me
How
hanging.
crazy is that? I know. So you were doing improv, apparently?
Yeah, I was doing improv. I was getting ready.
It's your last show. Oh, now we can't hear him.
Oh, this is greatness.
This is just wonderful. Isn't
Wouldn't
it?
you know it? This is so fitting. This is so freaking fitting, man.
Our final show with Statman,
Mhm.
our final show of 2024. And what happens? Technology goes.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. I begged Warp
Yeah.
send us something in, and he's
talking, by the way.
I know he's talking, Crash. Thanks for reminding me.
Welcome.
Oh my gosh, this is incredible. Well, the good news is the Freak Radio Network hasn't missed a beat, and neither have we. What we're going to do here is we're going to take a break here in about 2.5 minutes and reset this big old thing. Oh, this is greatness. Richie, you can hear us just fine, right?
Oh, we're golden, man. Come on. I love this. This is great. This is the best way to end the year, I think.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Just hold the phone, so to speak.
Copy.
So the three of us talking about Kenny, Crash, Richie,
Mhm.
we were talking to the radio audience, but Statman was holding down the YouTube audience, holding down the social media audience on his own. How does that happen?
So you still can't hear me?
Now we
we got
have you.
All right, there you go. Now, see, I begged Warphammer, our favorite guy in the comments, and he responded. He's listening. Way to go, dude. He's got a race that he has submitted for the Freakies. He said it's hard to beat the Atlanta Spring Cup race. So yeah, he's got some suggestions in there. Way to go. See, people listen to the Stat Man.
Oh, wait a minute. Have you already given your pick, Statman? You've already told
you the picks. They're supposed to be a surprise. I was just begging people to send some stuff in. So Warphammer, my guy, my dude. He sent something in. It's hard to beat the Atlanta Spring Cup race.
But how many cup races this year went down to a photo finish? Was it at least 3? So there are 3.
Yep.
3 good dogs right there.
Yep.
All right, there you go.
So that's what we're going to do, Freak Nation. We are going to do our best to keep this show on the rails, even though 3 of the 4 wheels just went off. Coming up next segment, we're going to have Race of the Year. It's going to be our first Freaky Award for the 24th annual Freaky Awards. It will be Race of the Year. Statman has something. Crasher, yours truly. Richard C. Suave. I think every one of Richie's answers are just going to be ASU Sun Devils.
Oh, because they have a bye in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Race of the year. Cam Scatterboo on his way to the end zone. Can't beat him.
And what's great, Richie, is 99% of the country has no idea.
They're going to freaking learn. They're going to learn in 3 weeks, baby. Come on. Come on.
Does Scatterboo have a nickname?
See, he found out that ASU made the playoffs and shaved. That's how much he was into it.
That's a good point.
Oh, Richard. Richard is an ASU grad, Freak Nation. So needless to say,
Arizona State University. Yes.
we will probably be hearing a lot from Richard C. Suave in the next hour and 15 minutes about ASU in some form or fashion. And it's okay. Look, nobody on this freaking play. They had ASU picked last.
Mm-hmm.
The press, the media had ASU picked
One
last.
audience is going to have ASU in the F1 rant today. Work that in, Richie. I got money for you. If you could work that into your F1 rant.
It's greatness. All right, Freak Nation, we're going to take a break. I think things are back on the rails. That doesn't mean they're going to stay that way. If you want to see a crap show happen, maybe stick around and watch this 24th annual Freakies. And as we say goodbye later on to Statman, it's all coming up right here. Speed Freaks Pits and the Lucas Oil Studio.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add 1 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. 1 bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to say
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Rev up your passion for speed. MAVTV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, MAVTV Go has something for everyone. MAVTV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
3 years of sellout crowds. 3 years of edge-of-your-seat action. 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR. And now, NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming. Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
You're listening to Speed Freaks Motorsports Radio Redefined.
This freaking segment is brought to you by our friends at Lucas Oil. Now, what automobile do you have in the garage? I bet Lucas Oil could keep that thing fat and happy and on the road. From everyday car care, heavy-duty trucking to agriculture, hot rods, classic cars, motorcycles, and marine, Lucas Oil has what you need to keep those engines, interiors, and exteriors looking like and running like they're supposed to be. For more information, go to the website, lucasoil.com, and find the perfect Lucas Oil product. Keep your rides on the road. All right, Freak Nation, we are back on the rails. We got this thing humming along for you on the Freak Radio Network and on MAV TV, YouTube, Facebook Live, and every other digital outlet here on the planet. Thank you guys for being a part of this thing. Coming up next year, we're celebrating 25 years. June of 2025, we'll be celebrating 25 years. And as we said at the top of the show, Statman is retiring at the end of this show. No longer. Statman will be joining us here in the Freak Nation, and we're going to focus a lot of that conversation coming up in the second hour. You don't want to miss that. 24th Annual Freaky Awards. We've actually done the Freaky Awards for 24 years. Is that right?
Yep.
My goodness.
I don't know how it came about, but we just thought end of the year at the end of 2000. We got to have some awards. We had some good races this year. I don't remember who came up with it, how it
sounds
started,
like a Statman thing.
Absolutely. I would not. Absolutely. It probably was.
Yeah. Stat, do you remember dropping that out 24 years ago?
No, I think it came from your fertile mind. I think you were the one that decided that we ought to have some freakies. We've been freaks for the last 6 months. Let's continue for the next 6 weeks.
I've got it. Again, after 24 years, you've got to be pretty proud of your graph. All right. So
it didn't freeze us this time, so we know it works.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to go, Freak Nation. We're going to start off with Race of the Year. By the way, this hour, Antron Brown will be joining us after he clocked his fourth NHRA Top Fuel Championship, his first as a team owner and driver. He'll be joining us this hour. Second hour, Gary Scelzi and Ron Capps together. Yes, Gary Scelzi, former NHRA Funny Car Top Fuel Champion, and Ron Capps, Funny Car Champion. They surprised Statman. So we'll get to that interview coming up here in the second hour. But let's start off with Race of the Year for the Freakies. the 24th annual Freakies. And Statman, I'm going to start off with you, my man. You being the gentleman who will be retiring at the end of this show, why not? Let's start out with Statman for his race of the year. Statman, we've got our crack graphics department who's put together what we hope everything lines up properly with who you chose. So Statman's race of the year is...
Yeah, the Martinsville Playoff Cup race. That could change everything. If you remember, that's the one where Christopher Bell passed Darrell Wallace on the last lap, hit the wall, rode the wall for a brief second or two, came off the wall, and there was like a half hour or more at the end of the race to decide whether or not Christopher Bell or William Byron is going to advance to the Final Four in Phoenix. They finally said that Bell broke the law, so Byron went ahead, and I just have a hunch that's eventually in the off season, if they haven't done it already, NASCAR officials are going to decide we got to do something different than this win at all costs to advance deal for the playoffs.
Remind me, we were about to go live when that happened, or was that happening while we were live on the Freak Radio Network?
I think it happened just before we went live, because we talked about it for like an hour. I mean, that was the whole thing. Did you see and what happened? And part of the show, they were still trying to decide. We don't know what's going to happen because it's still up in the air.
Again, another reason why we do these freaky awards, because, it could have been last week and I would have forgotten what the hell we did. That's a great reminder from Statman, the Martinsville Cup race, playoff cup race, where it determined who was going to solidify that top four. Let's move on to Richard C. Suave for his race of the year. And the votes are in, ladies and gentlemen. Richard C. Suave.
For the second consecutive year, folks, I am picking the Indy 500 as the race of the year. The 2024 version was better than the 2023 version. The 2023 version was pretty dang good and pretty dang dramatic. I have some stats, y'all. I went to our crack staff of me, and I have some stats I'd like to give to you to explain myself here. Okay.
Please do.
649. That is the total number of passes in the 2024 Indianapolis 500. That was the most since 2017. Joseph Newgarden.
Wait a minute, Richie. That's more than the entire season of F1.
Yes, that's 100% true. That's your Statman joke of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Statman joke of the day. Let's see what else we got. We had 49 lead changes among 18 drivers.
Damn.
That was crazy. Joseph Newgarden won a $440,000 bonus because he won back-to-back Indy 500s for the first time since Elio Castroneves over 20 years ago.
Yep.
And of course, don't forget that incredible last few laps of the race between Pato O'Ward and Joseph Newgarden battling for the win. Joseph Newgarden wins with 2 turns to go. He took the lead over Pato O'Ward with a terrific move. I can't get over how good this race was. It's even just reading about it today and watching highlights, I'm still awed by how great that was. It was motorsports at its absolute finest.
Yeah, Richie.
I tried not to be an IndyCar homer on this one, but as he's rattling off those stats, I'm like, yep, the one that I picked isn't that good, but the one I picked was damn good. So yeah, wow. Hard to beat the Indy 500.
And when you brought that up, Richie, I thought, why didn't I say the Indy 500? That was the very first Indy 500 that my daughter saw with me. And I thought, what a special. Nope, not me. Not me.
You let me go first, bro. You totally could have gone and you could have picked it, but you decided to let Richie C. Suave go first.
No. Nice pick, Richie. Look at that.
Yeah, that's solid.
I don't know. It's like Black Sabbath having to follow Van Halen on their opening tour. When Van Halen was their first album, Van Halen opened up for Black Sabbath, and Black Sabbath regretted it ever since. Black Sabbath, you guys knew what that is? Anyway,
hey, hold on though.
I've got to follow you guys, man.
Can we also add that
Crash here quickly.
He put out all those stats for the 2024 Indy 500, and not once did he mention why so many eyeballs were on the race for Kyle Larson competing and doing the double. Wow.
All right, Crasher, your race of the year is Awesome Sauce. That's what it is.
That's a great graphic.
You like that? I'm probably pretty proud of that one myself.
Graphic staff slowing down over here.
Here we go. What the hell's the problem, man? Oh yeah. That's why aren't you working?
Well, just tell us, Chris.
All right, there goes. The graphic staff must be Boise State fans because for the second time they have locked up the shoe. We've had two of the Freakies for race of the year. I chose the Martinsville Cup race because of the drama at the end of the race and how I think it's going to change the NASCAR playoff rules. Richie chose an excellent race, the Indy 500, especially the drama at the end of the race between Joseph Newgarden and Pato O'Ward. He passed Pato O'Ward the last couple of turns and even had some drama with Kyle Larson racing and didn't get to he was trying to do the double and didn't get to the race in North Carolina in time. So, the crack graphic staff is still trying to sober up after learning about the Boise State making the playoff.
Oh, Statman chiming in. Nice job, Statman. You know what? Since we're having these technical issues, all I'm going to say, and everybody remembers this damn thing. What's that, Crasher?
One station,
one mic, baby. Crasher, nice job on your race of the year. Or the Xfinity Series race where Justin Allgaier was a full lap down, encountered so many different issues, and he wins his first championship in the Xfinity Series at Phoenix for Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Motorsports. Holy smokes, Freak Nation. Man, we're going to be Freak of the Year. This show's going to be Freak of the Year. Oh, my goodness. All right, man, we're going to resume with, are we doing Antron Brown next, Crasher?
I believe we are.
Antron Brown joins us next. Speed Freaks Pits and the Lucas Oil Studio.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
Rev up your passion for speed. Mav TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, Mav TV Go has something for everyone. Mav TV Go, your
Freak
global
Nation, he's
home of
back.
motorsports. Now on the go. Download the app now.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
What's better than one win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get one line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
3 years of sellout crowds. 3 years of edge of your seat action. 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR. And now, NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming. Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Looking for power to spare? Count on an FVP battery. FVP. Verified, proven.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio Redefined.
Freak Nation, make your plans now to get yourself a new set of General Tires. Fall's here. Winter's coming. Wet weather. You want to make sure you're on a new set of General Tires. For more information, check it out at GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for over 2 decades. Freak Nation, he's back as a champion for the 4th time over, but a newly crowned champion as a team owner. Antron Brown, Top Fuel champion for 2024. And oh my gosh, Antron, we need about 30 minutes to just let's go over one question, but we won't do that to you. Bro, you go into the finals on Sunday at Pomona as the 12th seed. I could listen to you all day talk about we weren't going to let up. We went in there fighting. There had to be a doubt. One time, Antron, coming in as a 12 seed, they're like, nah, I can't win this damn championship.
Kenny, the thing about it is that out of all the years that you guys and gals have known me, when have you ever seen me think I don't have a chance? When I go into races, I've won the U.S. Nationals qualifying 15th. It's just qualifying is qualifying, but that sets the stage of where you're at. But if you miss a run here or there, and you got to remember Pomona, we only had 2 rounds of qualifying. So the thing about it is when we went in the first round, I knew that we had our work cut out for us. But if you want to win a championship, that was like pretty much the only way it can get done. Like if you let Justin Ashley get past first round, Mike Green just gets warmed up, Tommy DeLago and that Sky team get warmed up. They get better, better, and better. So, and they threw out a great run the first lap because we ran the middle of the day after we had that freak accident with the plane crash. The track got hotter. You want to make sure you go down. So when we came in, we knew that we had to run somewhere between a 68 and 70, and that's what we were shooting for the temperature that was on the track. And if you did that, you ran quick enough to get the job done, but then it came down to who can leave on time, who can keep it in the groove. And my guys gave me 100th in the tank, and we grabbed a couple thou in reaction time, and it parlayed for us to get across that finish line about 6 or 7 feet ahead of them. And man, when we get that wind light came on, that was like, hey, now we have a chance. And that was the whole thing. If you want to win a championship, you got to go through the person that's in the lead for the championship. And that was what we had to cut out for us, and we couldn't line it up any better because if we saw them later, it could just be too late.
Antron, before we get to Crash and Stat, we have a special correspondent that would like to ask you a question.
Hey, Antron, this is Henley. I was just wondering, in the first round, when you were going up against Justin Ashley, how did you feel going against your Lucas Oil driver and the first person in points?
Yeah, Henley, that is a great question. And oh my gosh, she's a star in the making. She has all the tools. You see that? If you want to be a good reporter, you want to be a good interviewer, the kid's got it. That's it. I'm gonna call her Henley the Ham Bone. That's what she is.
New t-shirt line coming out.
Yes, she's got the ham. She's got it all on the bone, baby. It's like Thanksgiving right there. It's like Thanksgiving. And I tell you what, Henley, to answer your question is when we came up against Justin Ashley, my Lucas Oil teammate and Toyota teammate, we came up there. We knew we had nothing to lose, and all we had was to gain. And I'm pretty sure Justin felt the same way. But when you're number one in points, it puts a different mind perspective on you because we've been there before where you feel like all you have is to lose because you're already there. And for the ones behind you like us, Sean Langdon, Doug Coletta, and people of that statute, we feel is that all we have is to gain. So we have nothing to lose. And when I raced them, I went in there with that mindset of going, let's go up here. This you know what? He's got lunch. He's got lunch bag right now, and I have not eaten for the last week. So if I want to eat, I need to take that bag from him. And that's the way our team went up there. We went up there hungry because all we had was to gain, and that was to gain the food that we starved. And that's what we did. We went up there and gave it all we got. And fortunately, it fell our way.
Antron Brown, 4-time Top Fuel NHRA champion, joining us here in the Speed Freaks pits. But wasn't that your first or maybe second 6 of the entire countdown? So something in Pomona finally clicked for you guys.
Yeah, Crash did. We had the conditions because we couldn't. We're trying to do that in Vegas, and we're having issues. And the main thing of it is we just got to get our bell housing right. I mean, Brian will tell you, everybody on our team will tell you, that's what's been our Achilles heel once the track got really, really good. And Vegas gave us a really good track to run strong, and so did Pomona. And we started stumbling, but in the beginning when the tracks were hot, our bell housing, our package was fine where we're running, racing, and we could outrun people and do everything we needed to do. But once it got tight like that, we have to figure out a better combination to come out and run like we want to run, and that's to run those low 60s like everybody else was doing. So when we came there to Pomona, like the first run we ran at 72, we had a mechanical issue. We didn't try to run a 72. We were trying to run a 68, and our car was on a 68 run. It went 210 to the 330. It went 838, 210, like all the other deals, and our cars fell off before the 330 because our manifold actually came loose on our car. And we lost some blower boost. And when we did that, it made our car just go really slow where we only went 289 mile an hour and a half track, and we only ran 318 mile an hour out the back door. We were probably missing about 800 to 1,000 horsepower with the amount of blower boost that we lost. And then we fixed it, and then we came back for the second run, and we were just over-centered with power because everything worked like it should too, and we just overpowered the racetrack where the car was trying to haul the mail too fast. So that's what happened to us in qualifying, and then we just backed her down a little bit, and that's what we ended up doing that first 60 run in elimination day. You got to remember, we only had 2 qualifying runs, so we didn't get the 4 shakes at it like we should have got, where we could actually been in a better qualifying position. And if that happened, I might not be on this show with you right now, or I could have been. You just don't know.
We've talked a lot of numbers, 4 championships, 80 race wins, 851 round wins.
Whoa.
But I want to throw some legendary names at you that you've passed. You've passed Darren Gollards, who had 3 championships, Shirley Muldowney, who had 3, Larry Dixon, who had 3, Angel in Pro Stock Motorcycles, she had 3, Selzy had 3 before he went to Funny Car. These are legendary Hall of Fame kind of names, and you passed them. You now have 4. You're looking at with Steve Torrance. You got Joe Amato right ahead of you. What's next, dude?
Stat man is that I'm feeling really, really good in the place that I am. Man, I just keep driving, man. I don't look at the accolades I've done.
No. I'm not gonna let you get away.
Oh hell!
I don't look at. I don't. This is the thing. You see that thing behind me? It's nice right now. Okay, you see that? Brother likes gold. You know that stat. Look at you, man. Your eyes lit up when you saw that gold. Look at you. Look at you. Look at my eyes. Right, but the thing is that these things are nice because what happens is they're mementos to remind you of all the hard work, the blood, sweat, and tears that the team, us, went through on every weekend throughout the year of 2024. And I do see them. Like when I see them, I see the championship trophies. When I do see a trophy, I think about what we went through in that race weekend and how we got there. I could tell you all the different things like that. And those are the reminders for me. But that's great. But the thing about it is that I feel like there's so much more to accomplish. I always think about, all right, we did this. We're already back in the shop. I was in the shop yesterday, and the guys are going over about, all right, well, this ain't going to happen to us next year. We're thinking about our shortfalls this year. We're thinking about how we didn't run well in this type of condition. We didn't do this. We didn't run the big mile an hour. We didn't drop low ET. We didn't qualify number 1 here or there. Like we want that. We want the performance to go with everything else. And then we're looking at the first rounds that we lost this year. We lost 8 of them this year out of 20 races. Wow. Okay, but then we have 6 wins. So we went every final we went to, we won. So what that tells us, once we get past first round, those things happen. You know what I mean? We have no runner-up. So we have like 4 or 5 semifinals, and we have like 4 whatever second rounds or something like that. And it shows, now we're saying, what do we do to get better? And our deals, we need to be harder on the performance. So when I focus like that, it's hard for me to slow down to think about what I have done because I'm still in the trenches right now. Is what I'm saying.
Brother, much love, man. Much love here in the Freak Nation. It's awesomeness. Looking forward to 2025 as the defending owner in the Top Fuel class, buddy.
Oh, man, I appreciate that very much. And
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
What's better than 1 win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get 1 line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for a professional detail or shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
Rev up your passion for speed. MAVTV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, MAVTV Go has something for everyone. MAVTV Go. your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
Looking for power to spare? Count on an FVP battery. FVP. Verified, proven.
3 years of sellout crowds. 3 years of edge of your seat action. 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR. And now, NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming. Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive styling. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio Redefined.
Your Statman Scat, brought to you by STEM Stories, When Racing Goes to School and Grows Up, by Bill Wood, a.k.a. Statman. Now look, motorsports are at a crossroads, and out of the cloudy future, however, comes STEM education. Motorsports are the perfect vehicle to teach science, technology, engineering, and math to the next generation of racing fans. Get a copy of STEM Stories now at Amazon.com.
I met Malcolm Smith way back in 1975 when he won an event I helped organize, the Mojave 24-Hour Rally out of Big Bear Lake, California. He was in a loud, weirdly fast Mazda rotary pickup. He stayed in contact until one afternoon we were literally bumping around El Mirage Dry Lake on the high desert when he almost yelled, "Stop the car!" Turns out some kids were on dirt bikes jumping some of the exposed dunes and one missed. Malcolm jumped out of the car when we got to the kids. The boy's foot was aimed in the wrong direction. Malcolm took charge, stopping one of the buddies trying to remove the kid's boot. He said that was the only thing holding his foot on. We piled the kid into a pickup truck bed and he was hauled off to a nearby hospital. Don't know what happened from there. But Malcolm won the Baja 1000 5 times and the 500 4 times. And that's just the start of his brilliant resume, racing bikes and cars in every kind of terrain imaginable. So Malcolm died a couple days before Thanksgiving. He was 83. He was the definition of Hall of Fame. Rest in peace, Malcolm.
Again, Statman coming up with something that I completely, Richie, I got it. I completely forgot about with Malcolm Smith passing away. What Malcolm Smith meant to motorsports is incredible. If you get a chance, Freak Nation, just look up the name Malcolm Smith and you'll be astonished that you did not know about that dude. And Statman, I don't remember that story. Crasher says she remembers you telling us that story. I don't remember that in our last 24 years. So that's an incredible story with you and Malcolm Smith, bud.
Yeah, it scared me when he said, "Stop the car." You know, he apparently saw these kids across the lake bed, and we went over there, and he took charge, got the kid in the truck, and hauled him off to the hospital.
All right, Freak Nation, we're going to continue on with our 24th annual Freaky Awards. And we had Race of the Year. And now it's time to do, we're going to do Freak of the Year or Driver of the Year?
Driver Rider of
Driver Rider of the Year, Freak Nation. Again, 24 years of doing Freakies. Coming up June of next year, 25 years we'll be doing Speed Freaks. All right. Driver Rider. Hold on a second. All righty. Let's go with Driver of the Year. And Richie, we're going to start off with you. Our
so honored.
Crack graphic staff has this allegedly as your Driver Rider of the Year. Is that correct, Richie?
That's 100% correct.
All
Did you
right.
actually think for the second year in a row, I'm going to the NHRA for my Driver of the Year? What Austin Prague did this year in his first full season in Funny Cars is incredible. I have a bunch of stats for you guys again, but it just goes to show you the kind of record-breaking season that Austin Prague had, and he's still not even quite 30 years old. So he's in for an incredible career. 15 number one seeds in qualifying. That breaks the record of 13 set by John Force in 1996. We talked about it on the show a couple weeks ago when Crash was out there in Pomona. 341.68 miles per hour, the fastest ever recorded in an official Funny Car event. He won 8 races, tying in with Robert Height and Ron Capps for the most in a single season in Funny Cars since 2000. And his total record this season was 53-12. Just a ridiculously dominating season for Austin Prague.
What? He lost 12 rounds the entire year. Oh,
good job, Richie. Good job, buddy. Whoa. Proud of you, Richie.
Follow that. Come on.
Yeah. It's like I said. Crasher, how about you?
All right.
Driver of the Year.
I'll follow that.
Will you?
Great pick.
Great if you could spell that correct. Crack staff.
All right.
Not a C.
Oh, boy.
Toprak Radsgatliaklu.
Say that again.
Toprak Radsgatliaklu.
Ratatouille is a great animated movie my daughter loved.
Great. Yes, that is.
All right, explain to the Freak Nation.
This man,
gentleman.
young man, is a two-time World Superbike champ. This was one of the most dominant seasons in World Superbike history. And Toprak did this in his debut. His just completely, let's test it a couple times. And then, swap manufacturers to a BMW. Oh, and by the way, it was the first and so far only World Superbike Championship for a BMW as well. Okay, so the guy won, 18 races. He was on the podium 90% of the time that he entered races. Yeah, pretty freaking dominant. Oh, let me mention, he missed 6 races on the season and still won the championship by more than 46 points.
How is that possible?
Wow.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Dominant.
How many races did he miss?
6.
And still wins the World Superbike Championship.
By 46 points. Yeah.
Holy smokes.
On the podium 90% of the races that he was in. So we're not counting those 6 in the 90%. 18
Bananas.
wins.
Nice job,
18
Crasher.
wins. I mean, Austin Prock, you're cool and all, but you didn't have 18 wins.
You didn't miss six
You didn't
races
miss
to go
6
on to win
either.
the championship.
Right.
Whoa.
Take that.
All right. Nice job, Crasher. How do you say his name once again?
Toprak Ratsgatliaklu.
All right. Statman's Driver Rider of the Year. The Crack staff comes up with... Explain to the Freak Nation why you went with Antron Brown.
Well, not just because he's a close friend, but because when he got to Pomona, we've already heard him talk a little bit about moving up from qualifying so low. But during eliminations, he beat the number 1 guy in points, Justin Ashley. He beat a two-time champion in. Now wait a minute. He beat Sean Langdon in the second round, who was right in front of him. He beat a two-time champion, Brittany Force, in the semis, and that gave him the title from points. But he also beat the defending champion, Doug Coletta, in the finals to win Pomona and double down on his fourth championship. He had an incredible day and an up and down season. He was all over the points map, but when it came time, he blew everybody away.
I was this close to calling the Pomona NHRA finale as my race of the year because of the freaky plane crash at the top end. With Antron and Justin on the starting line, that needing to be pulled back and delayed for a couple of hours. Yeah, what Antron did that day was just mind-blowing.
Our guy Glenn also went with Antron Brown as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Statman goes with Antron Brown with his driver rider of the year. Good choice. Let's go to my driver rider of the year. Crasher, is this a surprise for you?
Ooh, that's not a surprise.
3 out of the last
Epic
4 years, he was your IndyCar Series champion. Chip Ganassi, 5 out of the last 6 years. And I loved this title. This is the title that caught my eye. And one reason to help put Alex Palou, your IndyCar Series champion for 2024, over the edge for me was it's a crazy 4 years for Alex Palou. 2 lawsuits and 3 IndyCar titles. And now he's a dad. Alex Palou's storybook. Again, to be able to put all that behind him and to do it with a daughter who doesn't give a damn. She's not even a year old as he's winning his 3rd championship. But Alex Palou, who is kind enough to join us damn near after every race win this year. Is that right?
And even an Indy 500 preview, I believe, because I remember, because he won the road course race, right? Because he was talking about how his daughter, they had a very strict routine for the month of May, and his daughter was not going to interrupt that.
So there you go. Alex,
he didn't win the Indy 500 though, so
no, he didn't.
Terrible choice.
But he is a girl dad. That's how he ended up being Kenny's driver of the year.
That's certainly a check mark in my column for Alex Palou. So Alex Palou, Richie goes with Austin Prock. Statman goes with Antron Brown, and Crasher, you go with.
Can you say it, Kenny?
Nope, I'm not going to try.
Toprak Razgatliaklu.
I can't even spell the damn thing. You really want me to freaking say it, Crasher? My gosh. We'll resume next hour. Coming up in about 5 minutes, the second hour of the Freaks. Gary Selzy, Ron Capps, and more. Coming up, Speed Freaks Bits at Lucas Oil Studio.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has been solving some of the most difficult mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial industries. From our original Core 4 products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering, stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, we have now developed over 400 custom products to help solve some of the world's toughest mechanical issues. Go to lucasoil.com to see what we have in store for you. Lucas Oil, it works.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
Rev up your passion for speed. MAV TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, MAV TV Go has something for everyone. Mav TV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
3 years of sellout crowds. 3 years of edge of your seat action. 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR. And now, NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming. Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Looking for power to spare? Count on an FVP battery. FVP. Verified, proven.
What's better than one win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get one line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to say it.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
You're listening to Speed Freaks Motorsports Radio Redefined.
Please hang up and try again.
Live on the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios. Driven by General Tire. It's Speed Freaks. Motorsports Radio Redefined with Kenny Sargent.
We love to party.
Crash Gladys.
What are we doing for the bachelorette party?
And Statman.
I am serious.
Here's the Freaks.
Big second hour for you, Freak Nation. Coming up this hour, Rick Shaw, Gary Scelzi, Top Fuel Funny Car Champion, and two-time Funny Car Champion Ron Capps. Two-time Funny Car Champion Ron Capps. Those three together, Rick Shaw, Gary, Ron Capps, Statman, Crasher, and yours truly. It's an interview. It's a segment where, Statman, we kind of surprised you a little bit with you retiring from Speed Freaks after this show for the last 24 and a half years. We thought, why not bring in a couple of dudes that were synonymous with Speed Freaks? And when you hopped on that interview, your face, what did you think when you saw Scelzi and Capps?
Well, Capps, we talk to Capps regularly because he wins so much, and I think this is his third championship, the first with his as a team owner. But seeing Scelzi was a great surprise. I love Scelzi, and as I mentioned in the interview, one of the first things anybody did for the Speed Freaks at Pomona, Scelzi turned over his grill and fed Freaks. That was wonderful, and I've been a friend of his ever since. In fact, we'll talk about this in the interview, but he did say that I called him to let him know his son won a race at Irwindale, his first race. And Scelzi said, get off the phone. I got to find out if my son won. I said, I'm telling you now, dude, he won the race. Said, oh, really? Get off the phone so I can call him.
Oh, yeah. So getting Gary Selzy and Ron Capps back in the Freak Nation together, you don't want to miss that. That interview, that's coming up this hour. Also, again, as I mentioned, Statman is retiring at the end of the year. Excuse me. Well, after this show, it's our first live show of the year.
Last live show of the year.
Last live show of the year. So we'll have plenty of discussion about that. This is our 24th annual Freaky Awards, Freak Nation, where we've already awarded the driver of the year. We did race of the year last hour. Coming up this hour, we'll have freak of the year. And when we say freak of the year, Crasher, it can be anything as long as there's some type of tie to motorsports and automotive, right?
Mm-hmm. It can be a story.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a general manager. It can be a crew chief. It can be a tire changer. It can be a series. It can, freak of the year is what was the freakiest thing that you heard, witnessed, went through in this past calendar year of motorsports?
Richie, when you, and again, I'm not sure what you actually committed to with your freak of the
Oh no.
I had a major debate. I was a last minute call for me. I had so many great options. I couldn't decide.
Okay.
So are you saying that there might be, is this where we get the Sun Devils for your freak of the year?
I really wanted it to be. I really wanted it to be. Full disclosure. Well, if you're gonna, you can say my winner if you want, and then we'll go.
No, we're not doing that now. We're
doing it later.
Yeah, we're doing it later.
Yeah, we're doing it next segment.
Oh, next segment. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I tried to get
called a tease, bro.
I tried to get a winner nominated, and I put it into the committee.
Oh.
And the committee came back and said no, because it wasn't motorsports related. And I tucked my tail between my legs and I said fine. And I came up with another answer, which will be revealed.
I mean,
later in the show.
2024 was a year, probably one of the biggest years of freak stories. We had so many wicked stories, whether it's lawsuits, charters, inappropriate relationships.
Nice face.
Well, I don't know how to say it politically correctly. Or cheating scandals. Boy, this year delivered. This year delivered on freaky stories.
It was
in a movie title, honest, that time.
It was a close race with me. The one that I did not choose was Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s fist.
Oh, on Kyle Busch's cheek?
Yep. I didn't know whether to go with the fist or cheek. What was the freak of the year? I thought that was fair. And that was fairly epic for us because it happened, Richie? Just minutes before we went live that night?
It happened 10 minutes before we went. No. We hit live and went on YouTube and the Freak Radio Network. Great. My favorite show of the year, I think, to be honest.
Because we had the whole show produced. It was ready to go. And then that freaking hook. Stenhouse, is it lay in wait or lie in wait? He laid in wait? Okay, whatever.
No.
He was hanging out ready to punch Kyle Busch in the face.
Yes.
But that's not who I chose. You got to stick around for our Freak of the Year coming up next segment. No, hold on a second. When the hell are we doing Freak of the Year, Crasher?
Next segment.
Are we?
I believe so.
No, we're not. We're doing right now. We're doing it right now.
Really?
Yeah, we are. We got Captain Selzy next.
Well, let's go.
All right. There we go, Freak Nation. Welcome to the highly produced Speed Freaks. 24th annual. Oh, show the graphic there in front of. All right, since we wasted 5 minutes already, we got to get through these pretty freaking quick so we can get to Selzy and Ron Capps. All right, Crasher?
Okay.
All right. Let's go with Richie. Okay. Richie, let's go with your Freak of the Year.
Hit it.
Much?
A little bit. Yeah. Okay. I need 45 minutes to dive into this entire.
Remember, Richie, this is radio too, so share the Radio Freak Nation.
Okay. I picked the Max Verstappen and George Russell beef that has particulated over the last couple weeks of the Formula One 2024 season. I'll keep it really brief, and I'll just pull two quotes from each of these guys as we wind up the 2024 season. So George Russell claimed that Max Verstappen in the steward's room after Qatar said the following: I will purposely go out of my way to put you and your bleeping head in the wall. Okay. George Russell, allegedly, Max Verstappen said that in the steward's room. Max Verstappen came back later in the week and said this: George is a backstabber. The way he brings up all this nonsense, he's just a loser. He lies and cobbles things together and things don't add up. This is why I love motorsports and why I love sports. This kind of drama. Feed it into my veins. We need villains, and George Russell and Max Verstappen are the perfect villains.
Kindergarten villains.
Mhm.
My goodness. Okay.
You know, we've been doing this for 24 years. I'm not going to say that was the weakest freak of the year, but it was damn near, Richie.
Well, you
Nice
wouldn't
job.
let me pick my number one choice.
You're not going to pick the freaking Sun Devils, man.
No.
All right. Still like that, good, Richie. Nice job. All right. Statman, your freak of the year. Let's go to our committee.
All Formula One here?
Yeah,
Michael
Michael
Andretti.
Andretti, because he was freak enough to leave Andretti Autosport. After
Good point.
decades, he left the family business. I think he sold out to somebody. He couldn't get into F1, and Dan Taurus gave him a bunch of money to get into F1. He didn't get into F1, so now Dan Taurus is sitting in the Michael Andretti seat at Andretti Autosport, and Michael is a consultant on the side. There you go. How
It
much
is
easier
crazy.
did you get than the Andretti name not having any Andrettis?
Yeah, that whole that whole scandal. GM, Cadillac, Andretti, Ixnade from F1, but by the end of the
Crasher,
year,
we got to
they're
go.
there. Okay,
Crasher,
okay.
your freak of the year is... Crash Gladys.
Okay, I'm sorry. How can you win the first race of the season, then lose that race, lose all the points from that season opening win, and be a part of this massive cheating scandal, crawl back through the points by taking your second consecutive Indy 500 win, and then be in contention at the end of the year to win the title? Of course, Alex Blow took it, but yeah, don't ever call him a liar either.
Who's that?
Joseph Newgarden.
Why would you call him a liar?
That was your cue to pull up the soundbite
I
of
know.
Joseph Newgarden.
I was too busy trying to get some other things ready, Crasher. My goodness, man. The hell's going on here? You think I'm supposed to produce this highly sought after annual Freakies? Hey, man, nice job, Crasher.
Yeah, it worked well.
It did, didn't it?
I'm not a liar.
Hey!
There you go. There you go.
He's not a liar. All right.
And I almost went Formula One as well. That Christian Horner story that drove me nuts.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it deserved the attention. So, Joseph, you are the man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Richie, I believe the votes, the tally is in for the second year in a row for me. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Stewart, Freak of the Year, takes the seat of his wife, NHRA Top Fuel for 2024. Competes till the damn near very end to at least get himself a top 5 in the Top Fuel Championship. I can go through all the madness of being a new father. Who gives a damn? He cut the freaking cord of his son being attached to his beautiful wife, Leah. He cut the umbilical cord, who he said he wasn't going to do. Our show in December of 2023, but he ended up cutting it. There's my Freak of the Year.
Oh, no.
Tony Stewart.
Don't
Crasher, we got to
shortchange
go.
us.
We got to
It
go.
was 2021 when that bet started, and that was all from Speed Freaks. That was all from you,
More
Kenny
freaks
Sargent.
next.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
For whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add one 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. One bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to say
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Rev up your passion for speed. Mav TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, Mav TV Go has something for everyone. Mav TV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
3 years of sellout crowds. 3 years of edge of your seat action. 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR. And now, NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming. Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
You're listening to Speed Freaks Motorsports Radio Redefined.
Freak Nation, many, many years ago, Gary Scelzi and Ron Capps did something that not too many other funny car drivers have done. They bet that they would, that they would take on each other in the Chili Bowl in a celebrity race, and the winner of that race was going to be pulled down the drag strip at Pomona Raceway in a rickshaw by the loser between Gary Scelzi and Ron Capps. And when the Statman mentioned that he wanted to retire after this show, I thought, who's a dude or two that we could have in here to reminisce of their time here in the Freak Nation. Of course, it's Gary Scelzi and Ron Capps, many champions amongst those two gentlemen in the NHRA. And this is live, meaning not much edits here. This is the reaction of Statman when Gary Scelzi and Ron Capps joined us here in the Freak Nation. Well, Statman, I mentioned to some members of the Freak Nation that you're going to be leaving us at the end of the year, and there's a couple of happy bastards that had to get together to say goodbye to you and your tenure here with Speed Freaks, man.
Hey, we're not happy you're leaving. We're just happy to get on.
Yeah, who would have thought you'd have been 100 years at that place?
And he loves it too.
Capps and Scelzi. You know, Scelzi, you'll always be remembered. When I met you, you served me sausages at Pomona. And I've never forgotten that. I've never mentioned it, I don't think, but I'll never forget sneaking back there because I was hungry, man. I was taking slinks off the grill and looking over my shoulder to make sure you didn't see me because I didn't want you to think.
Oh, God. My glad it's a story you could use.
That was a couple of days ago, partner. It's great.
Oh, my God. And you look the same.
And the other time I remember your son won a race at Irwindale. and you weren't there, and I picked up the phone to call you, and you weren't listening to me. I'm trying to get off the phone. I got to find out what my son did at Irwin. I said, if you shut up and listen.
Oh, God. What a deal.
Wow. And Caps, holy smoke. Caps was around before there was Speed Freaks, playing racquetball and knocking Kenny's head off with the racquetball.
Right.
Caps,
how many years, Capman?
Go ahead.
What, 25 years in June, Kenny?
Mm-hmm.
You're an overnight success.
Oh, worked 25 years to become an overnight success.
Wow.
Celsi.
I've been on Speed Freaks as long as Caps has been winning funny cars. How come you ain't out there anymore, Celsi?
Man, I've had some health issues, way too fat, and I'm not as good as Caps. Plain and simple. I admit that now.
You didn't used to admit that when you was out there racing against him.
No.
Yeah, when he whooped my ass. That's
Yeah.
true.
I guarantee you have fingers left over on one hand, Caps. Now,
And-
I did whip your ass in a rickshaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was awesome.
that was
The
How
awesome
about-
part was the bet.
Ron, what do you remember about that Top Fuel rickshaw? And share with the Freak Nation what the bet was.
Well, I thought the bet was from the Chili Bowl in the race that we had. I'm pretty sure, maybe because we did a rickshaw race in Brainerd, and it's funny because I got pictures that pop up of all of us at the stage when the band used to play there, and I think it was one of those nights before we went out and did the rickshaw. But from what I remember, I thought that actual picture was from we made a bet at the Chili Bowl, if I'm not mistaken, and everybody thought I was a better driver when we'd go do these dirt races than Selzy, but they didn't understand that Selzy's wild thing came from the way that he
did not know how to drive.
with the way he drove, which was he was just wide open. He was so fun to be around. But on the track, we made this bet, and I thought, man, I got him. We're out there doing this all-star race, and I know I'm taking it easy. I'm doing my usual thing, not to screw up. And out of the corner of my eye, I see the colors that I know his car is and his helmet. And there's about 3 laps to go. And out of the flash of my eye, I see somebody way up bouncing off the cushion. And I'm like, there's nobody in our race, but maybe a couple guys that are good enough to do that. He was like Sammy Swindell up there. It was like, wow. And we would go through the corner, and I see this flash of his helmet. And then I'm okay, I'll stay low, and I stay low. And then I see this flash again. It's getting closer and closer. And then I looked over at one point, I think with 2 corners to go, and I see it Selzy. I'm like, no friggin' way. And sure enough, turn 3 and 4, coming for the checker. He comes flying around wide open, and it's bouncing. It's off the cushion, and his arms are flailing. And he hits the wall, barrel rolls, and then sticks it right up on the fence. And it hung on the fence right after the finish line. I'm talking maybe a foot past it. And he got past me. And it was typical Gary Selzy fashion, like wide open. The crowd was going nuts, and I lost the bet. And I thought I would have bet you $1 million with a lap to go. I had it in the bag, and that was the bet. So I was more than happy in Pomona. And this back when we went a quarter mile before 1,000 foot. So I literally chugged down there in my Oakley shoes. Look at that.
Yeah.
Old slip-ons, right? And I chugged it down there, and all quarter mile. I'm not even sure that we got a golf cart to pick us up at the end. We may have gone back in the direction, but I was more than happy to do that with Gary Selzy in the chair.
So hold on a second. If I'm hearing you correctly, Gary Selzy invented Ross Chastaining the wall. You were Ross Chastain before Ross Chastain.
I didn't exactly do it like Ross Chastain. Let's say I was hanging from the fence upside down, and the guy said, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" And I said, "Did I beat Caps?" And they said, "What?" And I said, "Did I beat Caps?" And they looked around. Yeah, you did beat Caps. I said, "Right on." Oil dripping on me and everything. Oh, it was a mess. But we had the time of our life, and we were both driving for Schumacher at the time.
That's right.
And Don said, "You guys better not get hurt. You better be sure you're careful." Yeah, right on, Don. Well, we'll get that handled. Oh God, we had more fun. This guy, I only saw the back of his car like every time, and brought my car home in pieces. So it was great. This guy's got a lot of talent.
Some quick memories of Speed Freaks before you get the hell out of here, Gary.
No, Statman.
Statman, Speed Freaks. Go ahead, Gary. Anything?
You know what, Statman, I wish you all the best. I never thought we'd all be around this long. to be honest with you, you're incredible, and I hope you enjoy yourself because you know everybody.
Wow. That was quite a surprise to have the two of them there. Those are two of the righteous dudes in all of motorsports, but especially drag racing. And Caps likes all forms of racing. He likes Formula One. He and I have had conversations about Formula One on a Tuesday afternoon, away from cameras and microphones, just on the phone or on Zoom. Caps is a Ronald C. Caps.
Oh, yeah.
I think Kenny gave him that name. And he says his middle name is Anthony. Isn't that what he said, Kenny?
It was Anthony. Yeah.
Yeah. But the best part about Caps was when we met him playing racquetball before the Freaks was on the air. And Kenny, both of them thought, all the ego got involved in the racquetball court. And I think Caps hit you on the back of the head on purpose because he didn't know you that well. And I'm shooting video of this thing, and all of a sudden Kenny's laying on the court.
Yeah.
And Caps is, "Are you okay?" You just smacked him in the back of the head with a racquetball. Yeah.
Is that the last? We're talking about what? 1999.
Quickly.
Is that the last time you played racquetball?
It's probably the only time I played racquetball.
Valid. Okay.
Yep. Freak Nation, we are going to take a break and come right back with a little salute to Statman and his 24 plus years here with the Freak Nation as he says it's it. Done. Gonzo with Speed Freaks after this live show. We'll do that and end it with the last segment with just a wild ass discussion, I'm sure, for about 10 minutes talking about the time that Statman spent here with the Freaks. Oh, yeah. Don't want to miss this one, man. More Freaks coming up. Speed Freaks Pits and Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
Rev up your passion for speed. Mav TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, Mav TV Go has something for everyone. Mav TV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
What's better than one win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get one line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
3 years of sellout crowds. 3 years of edge-of-your-seat action. 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR. And now, NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship playoffs are coming. Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to WWTRaceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Looking for power to spare? Count on an FVP battery. FVP. Verified, proven.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio Redefined.
Freak Nation, Statman's been a part of Speed Freaks from day one and is retiring after this show. This is our last live show for 2024. So why not? A salute to his 25 years of being a part of Speed Freaks. And if you've been around the sun as many times as Statman has and had those trips around the sun with as many big-time motorsport stars, it's tough to fit it into 10 minutes. But enjoy these few minutes with Statman as we salute his time here in the Freak Nation.
You got Statman, baby. We're looking at some dirt here. It's good for growing things. It's good for getting kids in trouble when they play in it. Statman here with Travis Pastrana, the king of all motorsports, extreme and everything else. You're having a lot of fun, aren't you?
I love my life.
A double backflip and championships and world international racing. It's good to be Travis Pastrana right now.
Oh, right now it's definitely excited with how everything's working out.
Hey, Statman, Kenny Bernstein here. Congratulations on a great career. I understand you're retiring at the end of this show this coming week. Good for you. Have a great time. Enjoy your life. And thanks again for everything you've done for drag racing and racing in general. Appreciate it, buddy.
Now, you've got two PC. This isn't the Tony Stewart.
No.
I know.
It is.
Come on.
You know me, because, if I'm calling a spade here, they do a good job of promoting NASCAR. That's the one thing that the IRL needs to catch up on, Champ Car needs to catch up on. They need stuff to make it interesting to get these people to watch.
If all was equal, would you rather be in the 500 or the Indy 500? If all was equal,
Daytona
money, everything.
Well, obviously, because of my Indiana roots, I'd rather, I'd still go for the Indy 500 because that's the one thing that means the most to me in my career.
You're looking at the dancing waters of the Bellagio on the Strip in Las Vegas.
Bill, my friend, what a freaking legend. Yes, had to insert the freak in there. But Bill, man, thank you for everything you've done for our industry. Thank you for representing dirt sports at such a high level every single week. I owe a lot of my career to you. Thank you for blazing a trail. Man, drinks on me next time I see you, but happy retirement, my friend. I love you, brother.
It's time for the Statman Man-to-Man with Daytona 500 winner Jimmy Johnson.
Statman with Jimmy Johnson, man to man with Jimmy Johnson. If I was going to send Jimmy Johnson into the parts room at Hendrick Motorsports, ask you to pick the parts off the shelf that would create me another Jimmy Johnson, what would those parts be?
I would, gosh, it's tough to say. I mean, I think I'm a very focused and dedicated and driven guy. I've sacrificed so many things to get to where I am.
Jay Coughlin, my man, Columbus, Ohio. He's a Buckeye, folks.
Statman, we love you, brother. Fellow Buckeye, Ohio man. Always enjoyed being on the show with you. You carried quite a bit of controversy with you, quite a bit of energy with you, and we've loved it.
Wow. I don't know what I'm supposed to say behind that. Those are some incredible personalities. Jeggy, I'd go back with Jeggy. I was there the first day the National Trail Raceway opened up, and Jag was a little boy, had to stand on his tiptoes to look over the roof of the truck that the Jags. Wow. It's just, and Kenny Bernstein, for crying out loud. I'm the guy that had to tell Kenny Bernstein he just shouldn't come back from retirement. He looked at me like I was insane. That was funny. I forget where we were. We were someplace, maybe at Pomona or the LA County Fairgrounds, somewhere. Yeah, he had retired and was thinking of coming back, and I had to tell him, don't come back. Because a lot of these guys get out there and they come back and they got to satisfy their own egos and so forth. But I want to remember Kenny Bernstein as the first guy to go over 300 miles an hour and winning championships in both Top Fuel and Funny Car. I don't want him to come back just to satisfy his own egos and so forth.
Statman, let me pick it. Stat, let me pick this up where we left off, man. And my apologies with these technical difficulties, especially for the Freak Radio Network. But here we go, buddy.
I'm going to bring it out here. I don't know how much you want to talk about this, but this is a die cast that the crew got for you. This happened in real life. The Juicy Fruit car, the Busch car, you get punted off the track by your teammate, of all things, while you're leading the race. They got a little proof of it here. Is that going to make it into one of your future books?
Yeah, this is the new die-cast Juicy Fruit Dodge, Wrigley's Juicy Fruit Dodge, and you can see how the crew has fixed it up for me, even with a little bump in the rear corner. So I mean, you never know. I mean, there's certainly the opportunity for this to come out.
Statman, you should be given a prize, medal, bonus, whatever you want for having to deal with Kenny, especially Kenny, in Crash for 24 and a half years. Man, I can't believe I've been able to do interviews with you guys for 21 years. So congrats on a great career, and even better, have a great retirement. See you on the other side, man.
You got the Goodwood.
I got the Goodwood, which was phenomenal. I met Sir Sterling Moss.
Dude, wait, whoa. You can't just drop that on the table. That's pretty serious. That's a great meet.
Oh, it was
people talk about meeting Patrick Dempsey, and here Patrick Dempsey talks about meeting Sterling Moss.
Oh yeah, all my heroes were there, so that was an incredible moment. He was obviously a gentleman, and he was in a Mercedes. It wasn't the one he won the Mille Miglia with, but it was a rainy day, and it was just a real pleasure to meet him.
Rick Eddy, the king of all motorsports, the name that's synonymous with racing here in America. 2-hour line here. It's still getting longer. Thanks, Richard.
Talk about an end of an era. Bill, I got to say thanks for all the years of friendship, fellowship, support, encouragement. Freak Nation's not going to be the same without you, but you're always going to be there in spirit. Wishing you nothing but the best in whatever comes next, my brother.
Are the memories coming easily? And I hope that somewhere in there, there's a memory for the Speed Freaks. Dale Jr. found a couple of sentences for the Freaks. Maybe Mario can have a couple of sentences somewhere in there, especially about answering our phone when we had the office.
I'm sure we'll have a whole chapter on this. And you, Statman.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Statman, it's your buddy J.R. Todd here. Just want to say congratulations on retirement. I always enjoyed our conversations with all the crazies on Speed Freaks. Hopefully you enjoy yourself, and don't be a stranger. Come see us at the racetrack. Although if I were you being retired, I would be long ways from the racetrack and be posted up on the beach somewhere. Take care, buddy.
I don't think that Dale has the confidence that it takes to be a champion yet. And whether he gains that confidence with Hendrick Resources is one thing. He didn't have it at DEI, but Martin Truex took the same DEI resources, and the next 3 or 4 events, he finished in the top 3 on the podium.
Yo, Statman, CJ here, and I just want to tell you congratulations on 24 and a half years. That is a great run of being the speediest of the speedy and the freakiest of the freaky. I was honored to be part of your career for a year as one of the Speed Freaks. So good on you, brother, and have a blast in retirement.
You got the Statman. We're here in Golden, Colorado, next to Clear Creek, a peaceful setting, next to probably the busiest guy in drag racing, Don Schumacher Racing. This guy has 12 teams. 12 teams. Now, I got you here beside a nice babbling creek here. How do you find time to rest with all that going on around you?
I'd love to be out in that creek fly fishing for some trout right now.
Triple F here. So many adventures in our journey. Who can ever forget you racing Tony Stewart on golf carts? Or actually a very prescient time when you were mentoring Kenny at UPN, where you were a producer before Speed Freaks, our Emmy Award-winning producer. And your unifying, steely-spined statement that got it all together for us was debrief. That one phrase, debrief.
Hey, Statman, I can't believe the news I just heard. Man, this is something else. All those years ago, I think we were in a back room for a press conference at the SEMA shows, first time I ever met you. And all the stuff that we've worked on together through the years, whether it was Formula Drift all the way up through the NASCAR, lots of drag racing from all across the country, whether I was in Las Vegas or I was here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Man, you've been a tremendous part of this sport. You were my go-to guy on a whole lot of information, and you are going to be missed.
Man, what's going on, brother, man? Hey, I just want to tell you, brother, I appreciate your contribution to motorsports, man. You always brought the action live. You always brought it on time. And your insight and wisdom to this world, crazy fast motorsports, from drag racing, circle track racing, to dirt track racing, to dirt bike racing, motorcycle racing. You were in it all, man, and we appreciate you very, very, very much, man. We love you, brother, and thank you so much.
Hey, Bill, this is John Force. I know your name is Statman. I'm going to call you Bill. I heard you're getting a retirement, and that's not fair to me. I never made retirement. You were always fun for me to work with. You always had the right attitude. You always protected me, and I just want to say, God bless you. Have a great retirement. I'm kind of in the middle of retirement right now, and I don't want to be. I want to keep racing. But anyway, I just want to tell you that you mean a lot to us, and I always respected you. So I love you. Enjoy your retirement. And you got lucky. I didn't.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked sausage, cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh cracked sausage, cheese sauce, bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
What's better than one win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get one line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for a professional detail or shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
Rev up your passion for speed. MAVTV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, MAVTV Go has something for everyone. MAVTV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go.
This freaking segment is brought to you by our friends at Lucas Oil. Now, what automobile do you have in the garage? I bet Lucas Oil could keep that thing fat and happy and on the road. From everyday car care, heavy-duty trucking to agriculture, hot rods, classic cars, motorcycles, and marine, Lucas Oil has what you need to keep those engines, interiors, and exteriors looking like and running like they're supposed to be. For more information, go to the website, lucasoil.com, and find the perfect Lucas Oil product. Keep your rides on the road. Freak Nation, I hope you had a chance to catch up with Speed Freaks that last segment. Richie, don't bring the Chiron up just yet. Let's keep Statman up there in the upper seat, all right? Deal? But Statman, almost 25 years.
Oh, would you come back for our 25th anniversary show just for some fun?
I'll come back anytime. Wow. I can't believe John Force, for crying out loud. Wow. John Force, J.R. Todd, Kenny Bernstein. Wow. That we had so much history with these people. I just one right after the other. And Stan kind of talked about the golf cart race with Tony Stewart. That was stunningly incredible to be racing Tony Stewart in a golf cart, and I could have run him into the ravine for crying out loud. He never would have gotten his second championship. He'd have been laid up in a hospital someplace. Speed Freaks never would have got to 25 years. That's for sure.
We wouldn't have gotten to 10 at that point. We would barely get to 5.
Exactly. We'd have been chased out of every racetrack from the Atlantic to the Pacific. Statman ruined Tony Stewart. Wow.
So, Freak Nation, if you're just tuning into the Freak Radio Network, my apologies to our Freak Nation affiliates. We've had some technical issues, but we're back on track. And these last few minutes we're spending talking to Statman as he's retiring after this show. This is our last live show for 2024. And come 2025, Statman will not be on here with us unless he decides to show up at our front door with a sack of clothes. But
and I'll show up from under the bridge. That'll be the studio under the bridge here down the street from where I live.
Down by the river. But I've had to put together 2 videos saluting people this year. And one was the passing of my mother. And it was good that I did that. I wasn't going to do it as deep as I did about my mom for her memorial. But I said, what am I thinking, man? This woman spent 60 years as being my mother. Why can't I spend? And the most emotional I've gotten over the last couple of times this year have been putting these damn videos together. One of my mom and the other one of Statman, because it's not 25 months it's 25 years. I've known Statman for 30 years.
Yeah, let me jump in here, man. Let me tell the Freak Nation, I worked for this man for almost 25 years on a handshake. That's the kind of man he is. We met, you remember, Kenny, when you were looking at some video from Supercross right next to me on a viewing station at UPN News 13.
Mm-hmm.
And he was taking some notes. And I said, you know about motorsports? He looked at me like, who the heck are you asking me about? And from that moment, a friendship came. And that's been an incredible man to work for, to work with, to work beside. Wow. Thank you for that. That was huge. Thank you.
And that wasn't all. I couldn't. We have 10-minute segments, man, and I could have done again. You can't. It's just so tough to encapsulate 25 years of what you've meant to us, Stat. We don't say it enough, and I never will say it enough. That we love you. We love what I love you. I love what you meant to this show. The leadership that you provided, the mentorship, as Stat, frankly, brought up, as Stan brought up in his bit, whether you knew you were mentoring us or not. I think it. Statman fit this little corner of what I wanted to do with Speed Freaks. He was that anchor of saneness. I mean, you've heard Selzy and Caps and John Force and all these guys talk about Statman had a place, and a significant place of holding this thing down. My job, Crasher's job, Lug's job at the time, even Richie, that crazy bastard over there, just to stir things up. And Statman is a black man walking in NASCAR Cup Series pits 25 years ago. That stirs it up enough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It is. You know? We have to vocally stir it up. We're white people walking into a white man's motorsport. Okay, but Statman, it's incredible what he had to endure over these years as a black man involved in motorsports. And it took me a couple of years to really get behind that and realize what it meant for him to do what he's doing. And
you remember being in the hauler talking to Jeff Gordon, and he drops in there that he listens to rap music.
Mm-hmm.
And I interrupt him and say, you don't know anything about rap music. And he starts rolling out some rap groups that aren't the Eminems and the Jay-Z's. These are guys, second tier guys that have hits.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts to explain all the breakdancing he used to do when he was growing up in Vallejo. And it was the Freaks who introduced that to the world. And he ends up breakdancing at the NASCAR banquet that year.
Yeah, it was. Yes, we had an interview with Jamie Little I want to say it was right before she took her NASCAR job. So what was that, 06-ish, 07? And we were having dinner with her in Las Vegas. Yes.
Restaurant.
Buca de Beppo. And yeah, you flat out said, hey, I've got some insight for you. Jeff Gordon can break dance. And the only reason Jamie Little brought him up on that NASCAR stage was because Statman gave that insight to Jamie Little. So, yep.
Wow.
Well done, Statman.
That was, that shocked the heck out of me, because that was, you guys remember, that was one of my favorite questions. What's in your iPod? I had another guy from Germany starts telling me about R&B and blues, Memphis blues. And you don't know anything. And he pulls out his iPod and starts showing me on his MP3 player. And I was like, dude, you're the man, you know? You could tell more about guys from the music they listen to. Like this guy over here, he knows music better than anybody. And he won't say it. He'll get, I don't know why, but he knows more music than any 10 people. Wow.
Yeah, I would agree. You know, Mr. Encyclopedia over there. You in that little salute video, those pictures from Barcelona, New Year's Eve, Barcelona, was that 03 into 04?
Yeah.
And Statman, yeah, you opened my eyes to a ton of legends on that trip. And then just everything that we were able to do, from the Gaudi Castle to food fights, literally New Year's Eve food fights. And you were right in the middle of it, Statman. And then 12 hours later, maybe these guys are off and heading to Dakar, Senegal. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
Ari Vatanen walks across the hotel lobby to sit and talk with the freaks. Left his Nissan party to come and talk with the freaks. That's, you know, that's the cash.
Was because of you. That was because of you. You saw him in the elevator.
And has been incredible how we've managed to build an audience from one station and one mic to more than 100 stations and television. It's incredible.
Richie?
It's been a pleasure getting to know you, man. I'm bummed we never got to meet in person. Been on the show. Yeah.
That is weird. Wait, what?
Yeah.
So you grow and get rid of beards.
So I've always appreciated your knowledge base in pretty much anything with a motor in it, and I've always appreciated your love for rally, and I'm bummed that you didn't get to teach me more about rally and our time on the show together. And so it was really awesome getting to know you, at least over a camera. So thank you for everything you've done for the show. I'm sad to see you go, man.
Wow. Richard C. Suave. I remember Kenny would talk about this guy Suave, and I had no idea. Who is this guy?
Hey, Statman, for the radio network, you got to say, we got to say, shoot the juice one more time. Okay.
Dude.
Whoa. Before you do, thank you for everything. So many thank yous.
You guys. You have no idea how you changed my life. Thank you. Thank.
All right, Statman, shoot the juice to the moose.
Cut it loose.
See you.
I will see you.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has been solving some of the most difficult mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial industries. From our original Core 4 products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering, stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, we have now developed over 400 custom products to help solve some of the world's toughest mechanical issues. Go to lucasoil.com to see what we have in store for you. Lucas Oil, it works.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
Rev up your passion for speed. Mav TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, anywhere, for free. Whether you're a diehard or just getting started, Mav TV Go has something for everyone. Mav TV Go, your global home of motorsports, now on the go. Download the app now.
3 years of sellout crowds. 3 years of edge of your seat action. 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR. And now, NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship Playoffs are coming. Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to WWTRaceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Looking for power to spare? Count on an FVP battery. FVP. Verified, proven.
What's better than one win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get one line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio Redefined.